really help burn fat? I walked just 30 minutes a day, every day in August. And the results actually surprised me. Stick around. I'll share the full before and after plus whether I do it again. Quick flashes. Scale. Measurement tape. Sitting on walking pad. Calendar. Highlighting August 1st and 31st. Hey there. So last month I decided to put my new walking pad to the test. This is the walking pad I bought from Amazon. And I just wanted to see what would happen. Today we're going to talk about how it went, what worked, and what didn't. I am also going to challenge you to do it with me this month. And I am gonna share some tips to make it super easy to get started. So, stick around. At the beginning of every month, I like to check in with how my body is doing. So I took my measurements, got on the scale, and snapped a before picture. So, here are my stats for August 1st. My waist was 31 and a half inches, 80 centimeters. If you want to join me on this journey, I invite you to take your own before measurements and take a before picture too. It doesn't have to be today. Now let's talk about my walking pad. I will link it below so you can check it out. It comes with a remote and it can go up to 4 miles per hour. Instead, I control the speed with the buttons on the pad itself. I mostly kept it at 2 miles per hour, which felt fast enough for me. But not too fast that I could unfocus on work or on videos while I was walking. I walked on the pad in 2 different spaces. But if I was working away from home, I brought it with me and I walked in my hotel room or in my Airbnb.
Now, let's jump in to what my actual experience was like.
So, I tried to use the walking pad every day in August. Some days I did 30 minutes first thing in the morning or in the evening. And some days I broke it up into 2 15-minute sessions. Some days I missed it completely. But overall, using it was easier than I expected. Every morning or evening, I slipped on the walking pad for 30 minutes. Usually while scrolling, working, or watching shows. Some days I missed. Here's a clip from my calendar showing all the check marks for the days I used it and then the excess for the days I missed. And now for the moment you've been waiting for. Drum roll please, the results. Let's see what happened between August 1st and August 31st. I ended August weighing 141 pounds, 64 kilograms. That's a difference of 3 pounds. Almost 1.5 kilos in just 1 month. Remember, I also took measurements on August 1st. My waist was 31 and a half inches, 80 centimeters. My hips were 39 inches, 99 centimeters, and my thighs were 24 and a quarter, 61.5 centimeters. Now let's compare those numbers to August. My waist is 30 and a half inches, 79 centimeters. My hips are 38 and a half inches, 98 centimeters, and my thighs are 23 and a half inches, 59.5 centimeters. That means I lost 1 inch off my waist, almost 1.5 inches off my hips, and almost 1 inch off my thighs.
If you're wondering if I noticed anything else, yes.
When I wear certain clothes, I could tell that things fit differently. But I think that might have been more mental than real. In terms of other benefits, I did notice that I slept better. Those are all things that I attribute to the movement and to standing versus sitting all day long.
Okay, so let's talk about what actually happened here.
The biggest surprise for me was that I lost almost 1.5 inches off my hips. I honestly didn't think I would lose that much.
I guess that goes to show that when you're walking, you're working the entire lower body, not just your legs.
The second thing that surprised me was that the truth is, I pretty much ate whatever I wanted whenever I wanted. And I think that's okay. This experiment was about adding movement to my daily routine. And if you want to move your body and feel great, you should definitely do it regardless of what you eat. But if you really want to accelerate fat loss, taking a close look at your nutrition can make a big difference. Overall, I'm very happy with these results, especially because I did something that I actually enjoy doing. I prefer to think of this as movement rather than exercise. Walking on the treadmill wasn't painful. It wasn't hard. It wasn't miserable. I mean, there were definitely some days where I was like, I don't want to do it right now. But once I got up and started moving, I always felt better.
Alright, before we move on, I promised I would share what worked and what didn't. First up, what worked?
I loved how easily I was able to weave it into my daily routine. I found that the movement helped me focus when I was working and I felt more productive. I also appreciated having a moment each day where I could just get up and get moving without having to think about what workout I was going to do next. I felt calmer and less stressed. Lastly, I really liked how it fit into my lifestyle. I didn't have to drive anywhere to do it. I didn't have to pay for a class or a gym membership. And I could do it anytime I wanted, even in my jammies. What didn't work? I wish I had a clear answer for you here, but I don't. Overall, I really enjoyed this experience. There were definitely some days where I felt less motivated, but that happens with any kind of movement. Honestly, I think the best tip here is just to keep moving. On the days when you don't feel like doing it, it's easy to give up or skip days or quit altogether. Just keep it simple. Set a goal for yourself of just 30 minutes. And remember, it doesn't have to be all at once. My second tip is to track your progress weekly instead of focusing on daily fluctuations. Weigh yourself and take your measurements at the beginning and at the end of the month. You will be able to see if you're making progress or if you need to switch things up. Also, since I didn't mention it earlier, I did track my food most of the time. I basically just logged everything I ate in a spreadsheet. I'll link that below if you want to use it. Pair your walking pad habit with some small food check-ins. Try using a walking pad for 30 minutes every day this month. You can start whenever you want. Just post a comment below and let me know. Tag me on social media and I'll be sure to cheer you on. I honestly didn't think a walking pad could make a difference, but if you stick with it, 30 minutes a day can move the needle. Thanks for cheering me on this month. And if you want to see my September follow-up, subscribe and turn on notifications. Let's walk it off together.